Hello, I'm Priyanka from Mega Majestics. In this video, I'm going to discuss about challenges in the Indian hospital industry. The healthcare sector is one of the world's largest and fastest growing industries. It comprises of hospital industry, manufacturing of medical equipments, manufacturing of medicines, medical insurance and many other allied industries. In an interview with Catherine Jacobson, President and CEO of Fordred Health, and Thomas Zenti, CEO of University Hospitals, for McKinsey Insights, culture is the hardest part for the hospital industry. Hospital industry needs to reshape their culture to get ready for future. United States is about to welcome artificial intelligence in their healthcare sector by 2030. So get ready for the challenging future. We need to discuss some important aspects of healthcare. Now we need to get working on two fronts. First is human resource and second is technology. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the expected culture change in the human resource in the hospital sector before 2030. Now, in order to bring a good change in the hospital industry, in order to change the face of the hospital industry, we need to discuss on 5 important points. First is improving patient experience. Second is improving literacy of back-end workers. Third is improving literacy of patients. Fourth is accountability of healthcare professionals. And fifth one is improving productivity and efficiency of healthcare sector. Now the first one is improving patient experience. Now the hospital industry needs to redesign the patient experience. You need to rethink on the existing patient experience that you are having, and you need to reinvent your patient experience. To improve patient satisfaction and patient retention, following things can be done. First is go beyond traditional healing. Now, in 2020, the patient expectations have increased highly. So, physical treatment is just not sufficient for the patients. Mental healing should also be done for each and every patient that comes to your hospital. So, combining physical treatment and mental healing will give you a good patient experience. Because when the patient is undergoing treatment, he is having a lot of stress in the mind. Not only the patient, but the family of the patient is also undergoing a lot of stress. So, if you are able to soothe the patient, calm the patient, or relieve his stress, then that is an added advantage to your hospital and it is going to create a long lasting experience for the patient. So, combine your physical treatment with a good mental healing, because mental healing will double the recovery rate, and that is going to give a good experience, patient experience, and the patient will also carry a good experience in the mind. So, combine the physical treatment with mental healing, that is important. The next point is make healthcare access convenient to the patient. Now, by healthcare access, I mean access to physicians or access to information, access to all the necessary facilities that the patients have to be provided. So, all the facilities that a hospital has, right from the physicians to the information, those should be easily and quickly available to the patients whenever it is required, because sometimes the patients come from rural areas, and the patients, those who come from rural areas, they are unaware of where to go or whom to reach out. So if you provide all the facilities that a hospital has, right from the physicians, information or any other facilities, very easily to the patients, then the patient will carry a good experience. Next point is improve communication with patients and their families. Like I've told you in the first point, that along with the physical treatment, you have to give a good mental healing to the patient. So, by this, I also mean that you have to have a good communication with the patient and their families. So, when a patient comes to your hospital for a treatment, you have to give him some calm, soothing words along with your treatment, and that is going to bring the patient back to your hospital next time when he is suffering from something. So this factor is also important for patient retention. The next point is be responsive. Now every staff that is working in the hospital industry, he needs to be responsive. Every person needs to take responsibility, and he also needs to manage the responsibility that he is taking. So you have to be responsive. You can show responsiveness from your behavior. Like when a patient has come to your hospital and he is unaware of where he has to go, and if you see such a confused person, you have to reach out to the person and you have to help him out. So that will show your responsiveness, and that is going to add to patient experience. The next point is cleanliness and quietness of the hospital environment. Now, this is a compulsory act that every hospital has to follow. Keep your environment clean, fresh, and quiet. Next point is communication about medicines. Now, during the treatment, whatever medications you prescribe to the patient, you have to explain the medication to the patient and his families. Because patients are totally unaware of medical terms, especially people who come from rural areas. They are unaware of the medical terms, as well as they are unaware of self-care. They are unaware of what they have to do and how they have to follow the medicines. So you have to explain the medications in a very simple way to the patient, so that they understand it and they can follow it. The next point is prioritizing care coordination and patient engagement. Now, all the employees that are working in the hospital, right from the security to the higher authority, everyone should have a good coordination among themselves to deliver a good patient care. Next is patient engagement. Now, you need to have a good patient engagement. So when a patient comes to the hospital, he is directed to the waiting room. So you have to minimize the waiting time of the patient. You have to minimize the time that the patient is sitting in the waiting room. And you can utilize the waiting time of the patient in a very fruitful manner. Like you can play some good video clips for the patient regarding health, hygiene, nutrition, or some awareness. You can also carry out some session, either one-on-one session or a group session for the patient regarding all these important factors like health or hygiene and nutrition and so on. So you can minimize the waiting period of the patient, and you can utilize this waiting period also in a very fruitful manner. The next point is understanding the effect of new care delivery model. Now, as I told you, you need to work on the culture of your organization. You need to reinvent your culture. You need to set up a new model for your organization. If you want something more productive for yourself, you need to also do something more productive. And so you have to reinvent your model, reinvent the model for your organization. And when you're adding some important points in your model, you should also find out what will be the effects of this model that you're going to implement, and you need to communicate the effects of this new model that you're going to implement to all your staff. So implement a new model for your organization, find out the effects of the new model, and communicate these effects to all your staff. Next point is you have to take regular feedback from the patients and regular feedback from the staff also. So it helps to find out the areas in which you are lacking, so that you can improvise the next time. The next point is using innovative technology in healthcare, like electronic insights or electronic feedback system, some good communication devices, interactive education system for patients, or smart room for patients in waiting rooms, exam rooms, some good stress management techniques, use of artificial intelligence in the hospital industry. Now, using these innovative technology is going to save your time, and that would also add to the patient experience. So when you work on all these points that I have discussed, it is surely going to add to a good patient experience, and the patient is also going to carry a good experience in his mind for a lifetime. The next point that I want to discuss is improving the literacy of back-end workers. Now, here by back-end, I mean people who are not directly involved in patient care, like the security, the front desk, the clerical staff, the cleaners, etc. These people should be made aware of the importance of patient care and patient experience. Regular training should be done to trigger them. Higher authority should conduct mentoring and feedback sessions. So, triggering and mentoring is very important for the staff to get going. You need to trigger the staff. You need to trigger a person if you want him to get going. If you want him to start working for a new model, you need to trigger that person. And when you trigger that person, you also need to conduct some mentoring sessions and some feedback sessions also. So it will have a closed loop. Improving literacy of patients. Now, along with your hospital workers, you also need to improve the literacy of patients also. Many times patients are unaware or irresponsible towards self-care. So you can set up a unit called the Patient Awareness Unit for awareness about health, hygiene, nutrition to the patients. So after the treatment is over, the patient should be directed to the Patient Awareness Unit where they will be guided about health, hygiene and nutrition and many other topics that you can cover. Every patient, whether related to ortho or gynec or general, he should be directed to the Patient Awareness Unit. Good patient support will aid in good patient experience. So you have to set up an awareness unit and you have to direct every patient that comes to the awareness unit after the treatment is over. And that is going to improve the patient experience, patient literacy also. Accountability of healthcare professionals. Accountability is taking responsibility for what you do, taking responsibility for your actions. It is going to increase the doctor patient trust, reduce the misuse of resources, and helps to provide a good quality care. Accountability should be a part of the culture of the organization. See, reaping full benefits and giving only half of your dedication. Is it fair? You have to give full 100% dedication to the organization to improve your accountability. So in order to improve your accountability, you should work towards it. You should see to it that people hold you accountable. Okay, so that is important. The next point is improving productivity and efficiency of healthcare. Now you can do many other allied activities by changing your model, and then you can bring out productivity and efficiency. So the first thing you can do is pain management system. So you can set up a pain management system in your organization that will help to guide people about how they can relieve their stress and how they can manage their pain. Patient and pain, actually they are very sensitive topics for any healthcare sector. Good patient experience and a vanishing patient pain, these are the two things that your eyes are desperate to watch, right? So this pain management unit will calm the patient and guide about pain and stress relieving techniques. Showing empathy to patients will create a good long lasting impression in their mind. Next time when they suffer from pain, they will recall the experience and surely come back for treatment. A patient gets cured by two things actually: good treatment and calm and soothing words. So generally hospitals only provide a good treatment and they don't think about empathy or soothing the patients. So your soothing words will double the recovery rate. So you have to practice mental healing and a good treatment. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. You have to practice good treatment and mental healing both, a combination for a good patient experience and for doubling your productivity and efficiency. The next thing you can do is conduct regular trainings for your staff. And then you have to assess your staff whether they are going with the training, whether they are understanding what they are learning, and most important is whether they are implementing it, whether they are executing what is being taught to them. Because when they are going to execute it, then your new model will come into shape. So a new culture, a new model is going to come in shape when your employees are going to start implementing, start executing the new points that you're going to add to your culture and to your model. Okay, so you have to carry out regular assessment and feedback also. The next thing you have to do is reinvent your culture. Now I've already discussed it right at the start of this video that you have to reinvent your culture. You have to add all those upcoming points into your culture and make it a habit for your employees to execute them every time when the patient comes. So these are some of the important points that every hospital needs to add into your culture and to create a new model You can change the face of your organization, you can change the face of your hospital by just innovating it with all these new points that I have discussed with you. Okay, because always you have to remember that you have to improve patient experience to improve the health of your organization. If you want your organization to be healthy, you have to first keep your patients healthy, and that is very important. Okay, so in this video I have discussed about how you can change the face of your hospital industry, what are the challenges that are coming towards you. You have to handle these challenges with utmost innovation, and that will help you to reshape your organization. Thank you. If you like this video, please click on the subscribe button that is below this video and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.